So the audio you're about to hear is me trying to uh, secure basically mostly a PDF um, of the court paper so I can send it to a lawyer, which I'd already emailed and requested. I often get some sort of kind of chuckling runaround by the Helsinki courts. I have recordings of them lying to me about court dates, lying to me about submissions. I've dealt with about 2.5, nearly 3 years of this weird obstructive abuse by the Helsinki District Court clerks, and this is just it again. And I'm just decided I'd upload everything because why not? So, there's no reason for them not to give me a PDF except that they want to obstruct my access to rights. But this is really commonplace when I deal with the Helsinki District Court. This is to varying degrees of distress. My most recent ex-partner held her opinion for quite a while because she wondered was it just my PTSD, and then came to the conclusion that the court clerks were just bullying me and terrorizing me. So, they're clerks of the court. So, and that they said that they'd taken a little while to come to that conclusion because they wanted to see was it just my PTSD, but they had finally just decided that it was just bullying and terrorizing. This includes there's phone calls with, I think, 2 different Helsinki clerks telling me completely contradictory things about court papers. Court papers were filed, court papers don't exist, lying to me about court dates. And this has gone on for quite a while. So while there's a lot of questions in this related to the completely ignored request for delay, time to give witnesses, evidence, and get a lawyer, the most basic thing was requesting a PDF that I could send to lawyers. And that just has continually got ignored. And I'm going to put some of the rest of the phone calls up now. There's a following one after this. I always find it funny when they say they have the file open in front of them, but then can't email me the PDF. So there's just very no rights or no personhood or anything here. And I just don't have time for it anymore. So I just thought I'd do this little introduction for this. I'm going to put it up with and without the introduction. Oh, last thing I forgot. It is important to note that the request to withhold the summons that's mentioned in this audio was timed so that the summons, again another false summons, the serving of that summons by Otto Stahlhammer, the pet bailiff in all of this. Remember, the one who served me the papers that weren't filed with the court to terrorize me. This was requested as a delay so that the actual serving of the summons by Otto Stahlhammer would coincide with 12/07/25, which is the anniversary of my being tortured to new spine damage, which I think pretty much sums up Hannah Rivari and her client. The CCTV, well actually one of the CCTV videos of that torture, which includes me screaming, and I am screaming because I did not know how to draw attention to what was being done to me, and I was aware that 2 of the cameras in the corridor had audio, and the only thing I could think of was to scream what they were doing. I didn't think just screaming incoherently because they were torturing me would work. My psychiatrist tells me that that level of thinking is like some sort of ADHD brain, crisis management or something. So the only thing I could think of so that there would be record, because they kept confiscating and destroying evidence, was to scream literally what they were doing to me, which was torture, and to scream it as loud as I could. So when you get to the end of the video, that CCTV is there. Turn the volume up if you want, if you get some sort of kick, like Anna and the rest, out of me being tortured. Um, Otherwise, it's just a warning. Anyway, here's the continued obstruction and systems abuse related to the Helsinki District Court and Helsinki District Court clerks. More audio going up related to this very shortly. Thank you.
Kaikki asiakaspalvelijamme ovat tällä hetkellä varattuja. Palvelemme sinua mahdollisimman pian.
Hello?
Helsingin käräjäoikeus puolivaihteessa.
Hi, I'm phoning about case R25888.
Yes, do you know who's the secretary in the case?
The secretary is Sophia Antilla, but when I sent a request in, the judge is Gisela McPherson.
Excuse me, you said the secretary's name, Sophia.
Antilla, but she's on holiday.
Okay.
So, or at least that's what her email says.
Yes, I'll connect you to another secretary so she can help you. One
Okay.
moment.
Helsingin käräjäoikeus 5 päivystys Gabriel.
Hello, is English okay?
Yeah, English fine.
Hi, I'm phoning about case R25888.
888.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just give me a second. Need to log into the system again because it has kicked me out because I didn't use it.
I know how that goes.
Yeah. You are inactive 3 minutes and you are out.
Yep.
There we go. Yeah, I'm on the case. What would you like to know?
Well, I responded with a request in probably bad Finnish for a delay because 12 days is not enough time for me to get a lawyer. And it's important I get a lawyer because I've been subjected to about 2 years or more of coercive control abuse by this person and false reporting to the court and the authorities. And this is ongoing, and I'm disabled. I have a B certificate, and I didn't get a response or proper acknowledgement from the court regarding the delay and the other questions. Because also, it's not even enough time to provide a witness list. Sorry, one moment. or gather or provide the evidence. I mean, I'm fairly used to this person just getting their way and filing whatever false statements they want and getting it through, and then using those to subject me to police violence. But the last the last time they did this, the entire statement is evidence is false by a number of points. But they got it through because I couldn't get a lawyer
Okay.
in the
Yeah.
time, and so I would really need the time to get a lawyer, or at least to find out that I'm not getting a lawyer. And
Okay.
a point of like difficulty in this is because the person has stolen important legal documents of mine and has made false statements about a police brutality case where I was tortured and sexually assaulted at gunpoint.
Yeah.
And they did that in their last restraining order. You know, I've been on hunger strike basically to say that like either they can return my bag of legal documents and retract the false statement, or I'm not. Basically, what any kind of sane person would do is I'm not being a prisoner to this. I've been to Pasila, and Pasila have told me I need to get a lawyer, and that's the only way, pardon my language, that will unfuck this, because the opposite party has lied so heavily to them they don't believe me.
Okay.
And I've now had to get an attested court judgment from the Irish High Court
Yeah.
to prove. So and you know, uh, based on that, which the police won't accept, so it's that they're in breach of EU law. I'm in a very strange situation.
Yeah.
And I would also, I'm also like kind of banned from legal aid due to another person's fraud.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, I went.
Legal aid in Finland, you mean? Like you
This.
can't go to the legal aid office?
No,
Is that what
they won't even process language rights, and I've linked the one of the phone calls, the more recent ones, where I'm phoning just trying to get, like, for the last time this person dragged me towards through court to, you know, do some coercive control abuse. They basically have told me that they won't even process those. So, like, unless I could find a private lawyer who'll do legal aid, I'm like, I have emails from the entire Finnish legal aid system denying me legal aid from the public legal aid based on one ex-lawyer's fraud or defamation, which is evidenced as fraud by bank statements, but it was done as a discriminatory thing to help out some people that I think he knew. So that leaves me in a strange position.
Yeah. I can see that. So there was supposed to be a hearing on 16th, and it got moved to the 24th
I only got
of
the,
July.
I only got given the, I only got served. Like, this is another thing they do, is they hold them till the very last minute to serve me. So and they know I'm disabled,
Yeah.
and like they did this last time. I think I had a grand total of about 5 days, but in between all of this, they've also terrorized me with documents that aren't filed in the court.
Yeah.
And then I go to the court and they're like, this isn't lodged, and so that's been a constant part of the abuse. So
Yeah.
without a delay, I don't really see how I can turn up, considering that, I have severe post-traumatic stress disorder, and her lawyers, I suppose, the reactive abuse is to keep accusing me of lying about stuff like being tortured, which there's CCTV video of. So that gets kind of difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
And without an interpreter or a lawyer, it's basically some pretty severe fraud at the court.
Yeah.
And I sent along I have a reference to the Helsinki Centre for Victims of Torture, because I can't access normal trauma treatment because of the severity of what's been done to me. And that details quite, like, from a psychiatrist, quite severely the abuse and how there's been no support. And I didn't really know what else to send. I've uploaded, I am a journalist, and, they are a public figure. So, there is whistleblowing involved in this. I don't really, but you know that's I had the phone to find out because I requested a digital copy of the summons to see if I could send it to some lawyers.
Yeah.
But basically everyone's kind of doesn't believe me that it's happening.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So just so I'm on the same page with you. So the 24th. So it got moved from the 16th to the 24th of July. So that is still too early. Like you cannot make the 24th. Is that what
There's
you're
no
saying?
way I'll have a lawyer in time. Like I got
Okay.
served that in the late of day of the 11th, like well, Friday.
Yeah.
And you know I've tried to. Most lawyers are on holidays. That's why it's timed like this.
Yeah.
And it's like it's crazy, but it's what I've been dealing with
Yeah.
for 2+ years.
Yeah.
You know.
What can I do? Because obviously I'm just on the phone duty today, so that's why answered the phone to our duty phone.
Well,
Um.
I'd like a digital copy of the summons if that's possible as well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if possible, I would like a response to the the queries raised because you know I mean I am on hunger strike because this has gone on for so long that I don't have a life, and it has
Yeah.
broken up other relationships. And the
Yeah.
person has told me that they have the power of life or death over me,
Yeah.
and I don't really. I think I'm like I don't really see the how anyone could make that up, considering it's been going on for so long, and I just keep repeating the same thing, and they keep changing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So what I can do is I can email the judge. I think the judge is not here anymore, so I cannot talk to her at the moment today. But I can email the judge and put a request that you would want, postpone the hearing date, and also that you would want to have, digital summons,
Yeah.
and then all the summons digitally sent to you, and then. And do you want them to answer you via email, or would you rather have a
I'd
phone
rather they
call?
answered via email because it's probably fastest.
Email.
But
Yeah.
like, I have another query in what I sent to the court. If those, because what doesn't really make sense is if I'm being forced to represent myself, and I have to contact her lawyer.
Yeah.
I don't understand how she is filing that my talking to her lawyer is harassment of her. Are
Okay.
they both like do two people become one in this? This doesn't make any like. And if that's the case, am I supposed to not talk in court when the lawyers? I don't like. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. Obviously, when you are in the court, like when there is the hearing, obviously then you're gonna be there and you are allowed to talk, and there is gonna be both of you get
Well, I mean,
say what
basically,
you
she's filing a
say.
restraining order because I've been talking to her lawyer as me,
Okay.
as representing myself. So that
Okay.
doesn't even make any sense.
Okay.
And
Well,
there's no
that is.
evidence of stalking in what I've been given. So I don't know whether that's coming or whether it's just erroneous. I don't know. I mean, are they just throwing things at the wall to terrorize me? Because there's no. I can't see any evidence of surveillance or tracking or
Yeah.
those are like I think those are valid questions.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
you know, um, I I don't like considering most of my conversation with her lawyer as representing myself is me requesting a retraction of false statements and my documents back
Mm-hmm.
from the client. I don't really see how that's harassment or stalking of the client.
Okay.
Like, see, it's
Yeah.
kind of confusing
Yeah.
because I
Well,
mean,
that's probably something that will be, brought up in the hearing as well, if that's what she says. Obviously, also some of the restraining order against you as well. Um, we have an email address here that is banan2hook@gmail.com.
no,
Is that the correct one?
it's oblong box at Proton.
Oh, okay. So now you need to spell that out for me.
O B O for open, B for Bravo,
Mm-hmm.
L for Larry, O for open, N for Nora, G for Gaddy, B for Bravo, O for open, X for X-ray.
Yep.
At proton.me. And I sent a submission response to the court already from that email. I'm not sure if,
Okay.
and I sent it to the judge and to Sophia. But Sophia's on holiday until the 25th.
Yeah, so there will be somebody else coming on the 24th hearing with that one. So that's fine.
Yeah, so there's a Finnish and English response to the court.
Yeah. It's not safe here. That's fine. Okay, so we don't have the email. At least, so I can only access the digital file that is made. Obviously, not all of them is saved there.
One moment, I'll send it now. What's your email?
Emilia.Gabre. So E M
Okay.
I
Sec.
L
E M I
L
L
I
I
A
A
dot
dot.
Gabre. So G for go.
Okay.
A B for Bravo.
Yeah.
R for rye bread.
Yeah.
E and E at oigels.com.
So that's
So that's the same ending as all of us have.
So that's E for Echo, M for Mary, I for Indigo, L for Larry, I for Indigo, A for Apple, dot, G for Go, A for Apple, B for Bravo, R for Red, and was there anything
E
else?
for Echo.
Okay, so it's GABRE.
Yeah.
At Oikios. Okay,
Yeah, so that's the same for everybody.
I'll send that to you now. 1 minute. Oh, that should be sending now. See if it hopefully goes through.
Are you waiting? Not come yet, but obviously sometimes it might take some time.
Oh, hopefully it arrives. Let's see. Did it send? Yeah, it should be sent now, I think.
Oh yeah, got it.
Okay, great.
No, I got it. Perfect.
Okay.
So, okay, yeah, that's fine. So this one. Okay, yeah. So you send that to also the judge. Yeah. So she should have gotten it, and I wonder if that's okay. So it might be what day is it? Tuesday. So she might not have, but you have not gotten any response yet.
No, nothing. Only the
No.
secretary that was on holiday. Auto reply.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I wonder if it was when it was. No, it was made on the 7th. So definitely that came later than they changed it. So it might be that the judge has not yet been able to, or not made a decision yet, possibly, because obviously that came on Sunday, so today's Tuesday. So obviously I can send another email with the judge and obviously the secretary who would be sitting on the 24th. Obviously then if it changes, like if the hearing date changes, then there might be another one again for this
That'd be great. And
yeah,
some of the
just in that
queries
way.
answered because I mean, being forced to represent myself as a disabled person against my will is sort of like a constitutional point, but
Yeah.
you know,
And then, yeah, and you would want the answer to that email that you just sent, that one.
if possible, please, in
Yeah,
the
and
most
then would
humble
you want
request, play, because I like the what I've been given doesn't really make a lot of sense. At the
yeah,
same time as also it is not enough time to respond.
yeah. Um, that's fine. And then did I have it? Would you want them to communicate with you in English, or if they answer you on that email, would you want them to write it in English, or?
If they could
Or
communicate in English, it would be amazing. But I am aware that Finnish and Swedish are the language of the court. But at the
yeah,
moment, because legal aid won't even process like translation or an interpreter, so the court
yeah,
also has to be aware that like unless the court pulls it out of the bag, there won't be any interpreter or translations barred deep L from me, and so I'll just be sitting there, and that's a bit of a farce. But that's the situation I found myself in.
yeah. Uh, yeah. So I'm gonna write that email to the judge and secretary, just so they are aware that you called again. Because it might be that they have just not had time to, make the decision or anything like that. But I will, I will let them know that you called and you asked to move the date because you really do want to have a lawyer, or at least try to get a lawyer. And for the 24th, you might not have enough time to do
Oh no, I
that.
completely don't have enough time.
Yeah, and then they will then hopefully come back to you um,
And I
about
also
the
have to. I also want to organize a list of witnesses because there's witnesses to the abuse. There's like my ex-partner. There's my psychiatrist. There's people in the UK who want to be there remote to comment on it. Who've tried to mediate the return of my belongings, and there's quite a few people.
yeah. So I'm just gonna put your request forward, and then hopefully they will be in contact with you because
Okay,
they know more about this. I know very little. I just know what I see in the systems, and that's
thank you.
about it. Yeah.
Kiitos
Um,
paljon. Thank you.
is there anything else I can help you with
No, I
today?
think that's really it. I think it's covered. Thank you.
Okay. So
Have
I
a
put the
lovely day.
request forward, and somebody hopefully will be in contact with you.
Thank you very much.